we go. Let's I will reconnect it. There we go. Shrimp on the Barbie. I don't know why that just sounds like he's saying shrimp on the Barbie. That fucking audio loop. So, a couple of people are interceding. Relwana, do you take any active action? Do you try to subtly cast a spell? Do you actively get involved? Do you let the crowd take care of this?
Are the drums still playing?
Yeah, it actually seems that they have picked up as though they almost expected this, and the performers actually.
Oh, I don't like that.
No, hold on. If I can. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen. No wonder I can't do anything. There we go. I had the wrong tab up. I was trying to adjust the scene, and it was being cringo bingo, as the kids say.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out my lute and start playing along to the drums and just continue like in like a rhythmic chant of just like let them play. They're not hurting nobody.
Sure.
I wanna rock.
Sure. Are you attempting to cast something like do you have like calm emotions or something to cast on the guards to make them dispassionate about what's happening?
I thought you said we had a thing on us so we couldn't cast spells.
Well,
also,
I just said
I don't really have anything like that.
I was saying it's not likely you're gonna cast spells, but I didn't say you can't.
But no, I don't really have anything specific spell-wise for that. The most I could do is a mirror image, so there's multiple of me playing.
you try to make some of the guards nauseous by being weird. I'm sorry, the image is not quite the right shape. Let me fix the Magoo. My bad. There we go.
On my end, I just got an entire screen of like acrobatics crotch. So zoomed in on the token.
Oh yeah. My apology. But yes, you can see the guards start chasing the performers out of the way. I didn't mean to do that. I forgot that I'm on the wrong thing, so I couldn't move. So the guards are going to chase them away, and because the interceding of the stop moving it, you're fucking with the stream view.
I refuse.
Well, I can't do it from there. I have to switch to this one. The stream view it keeps changing the perspective on the stream view every time you move it. So I tried to zoom out so that the whole thing was in view, and then you would move it and it would zoom in again. The power you have, you don't understand.
Fuck you, God.
And you're actually going to notice that a couple of the guards are going to randomly trip. If you investigate, you're going to notice that vines and plants seem to be seeping up from the cracks in the masonry of the road. Relwana, give me a perception check.
Oh, yeah. I gotta go to the actress page. You took the token away.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, there you go. Perception. How about so good. I'm so good at percepting.
These plants are growing real fast. That's fucking weird, my dude.
That's wild.
Good. All right. Let's go to the coins.
Yo, what is this?
Whoa. Got teleported to another district.
You are in another district. Well, not all of you are in another district. Specifically, Relawana, your new blacksmith, possibly, and a one fairy are in the new district. Welcome.
Oh, you mean Raisami? Okay.
Raisami and Kite and the Mans have found themselves in the coins. This is one of the more wealthy districts of the city, with lots of trade, and it includes the Grand Bazaar. But you will see that Brynjolf will sort of guide you to skirt around the bazaar. He's gonna say, You don't want to get lost in there. You said you'd be here for a couple days, but I don't think you'd make it out in time.
Most likely not. You seem to know your way around here pretty. How long have you lived in Absalom?
Well, I've not lived here for more than a couple of months. Came in after, well, I came in from a ship from the northern reaches of what's it called again? Verisia. But, I just know not to get, lost down any streets. I don't know most of the city, just, the route back and forth between the Ivy District and the, Gallery of Innovation and the one or two other places. But, such a long walk it is. Why has it got to be on the far side of the coins? As,
I do appreciate you guiding us.
it is actually quite the walk. The area of the coins that you're going to be making your way through to get to is actually all the way to the bottom right of the district, which, if you remember, if we were to expand this map, where you were previously was up here, which means you hiked for several miles of city traffic. So, your feet are getting a bit... His feet are getting a bit tired by the time you get halfway through the distance.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just chilling.
Being chilling.
How you holding up, Rasami?
I'm doing fine.
The well-paved and maintained streets definitely makes the trip less arduous than on a dirt path. But it's still a hike. Raisami, is there anything you wanted to do here?
I'm once again just kind of following Kite, making sure. Oh.
Making sure he doesn't get like eaten by a wayward dog or something. Yeah.
Isn't blown away by a gentle breeze, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you know. You're going to as you skirt around the edge of the Grand Bazaar, you're gonna get an occasional peek down the long streets, and you're going to see the billowing canvas of all of the different menageries of shops that are packed together into tight alleyways. This seems to go on as you circumnavigate your way around the Grand Bazaar. The entire almost mile of walking around the circumference, you look down, and every single bit of street that you see into the Grand Bazaar is just a dense... It looks like tight packed market streets everywhere. The entire place. There isn't an inch of spare space left for even a bench.
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen a place this densely packed before.
Trust me. You'll go down a rabbit hole, metaphorically and potentially literally in there.
I'm sure.
Sometimes I wish I could get a shop to stick in there. But I almost fear that I would vanish into the noise before I ever got noticed by anyone of import.
I definitely can feel you on that. Us smaller folk gotta worry about getting lost in crowds.
You can find almost anything in there. But I always wonder if it's worth the effort. Anyways, we're getting away from it now. Only
Is
a
there ever
couple
point
more
in time-
streets. What? Okay, go ahead.
Is there ever a point in time where it's not quite as busy? I would like to procure some items from around this area. just to see what's going on, but not if it's that many people in one place.
Well, if you only had a block or two in, you should be able to find your way out with not much issue, but, there are very few times of the year where it's not dense. Mostly when large sections of the populace that, do business there have celebrations or have pilgrimages, and about a decent fraction of shops close down. But, those dates are far and few between. I'd say it turns into a ghost town only when a storm blows through, and even the most hardy of merchants have to shut their stand down for fear of losing half their wares to the fearsome winds. Going to Bap as you make way back to the regular rest of the Queen's District. You pass by several large businesses of many different varieties. Another temple slash bank of Abadar, obviously, in the coins. And then there's a it's just a whole lot. It's just a whole lot. The coins is a diverse district. So if you want to find something, you can find it, but you eventually make your way down to a little corner, or large square, actually, that in the center of it has a structure that is covered in cogs and gears and a fascia made of brass and gold interlaid into intricate and sharp designs. Very much a visage of intricate cog work, and you will find yourselves at... We've made it! Welcome to the Gallery of Innovation! And I will give you a little thingy on the map here of the Gallery of Innovation. A little place. You find a 20-foot tall stone arch at the end of Misery Row that has been long known... wrong one. That's nearby. I'm reading the wrong entry. My apologies. It's a temple to a god, actually. My apologies. Kite, give me a religion check, actually. Raisami, you also can if you want to. But Raisami, take a -2 circumstance.
Sound good.
My religion is dookie. Here we go. Almost a 17. Damn.
Oof. Wrong button.
Oh, jeez. Alright, not bad. 21 religion. While not generally within the purview of things you're in-depthly familiar with, and not originating from the Qian continent, you do faintly recall a story of a god of clockwork and innovation, a ascended automaton known as Bry, and you can surmise that this is probably pulling double duty as both a center for knowledge and innovation, and also a church to this god.
Okay.
I just got to tell the I have to tell one of the journeymen here that I will no longer be needing him to seek out patrons on my behalf. They offer services to craftsmen that are new to town. I've had a bit of luck getting a commission or two from them, or from people that they've sent my way. but it would be in my best interest to not just leave town without informing them that their their commission will go to an empty stall. He's going to enter through the doors. Um, you can come if you'd like. I'm sure you might find someone with some knowledge about what you're looking for in here. Towards Kite specifically.
Mhm. I
And-
do appreciate you guiding us through all of this. Do you know anybody in particular we can possibly speak with?
Well, if you look around, you're gonna actually, if you look around, you're gonna see there's actually, once you enter in, there's actually several, people bespectacled, several with, cogwork, like, arms, not a whole bunch of, like, one person with that, but several people with, like, cogwork, equipment, such as, magnifying glasses, goggles, on their heads. There's a menagerie of alchemists and artificers and arcanists about this place, as well as a blacksmith or two having lively discussions on how to properly heat treat and temper metals for different purposes. Hey, you got to use basilisk blood. No, what's that gonna do? I'm making them all fucking Brynjolf at this point.
What is Brynjolf? You are Brynjolf.
You are Brynjolf. You are Brynjolf. You're gonna see
It's
an
the
elf.
Spider-Man meme.
You're gonna see
Just pointing at each other.
an elf disagreeing. Disagreeing. No, it needs to be quenched in acid. Specifically Hydra venom. And they'll be going back and forth, spouting off numbers and statistics and pulling out sheets, going back and forth. And Brynjolf will head over to a counter where he will have a conversation with someone who seems to be dressed in both a clerk's garb as well as wearing iconography and symbols of a priest. Simply attending.
I will dismount from the top of his backpack and fly over to the table in front of those two.
In front of whomst two.
The two that you had spoke of before who were arguing.
They're engrossed in their conversation. If you wanted to engage, you would have to make your presence known, as they are both pouring through notebooks and arguing over the veracity of each other's claims.
Hello, friends. Down here. May I ask a question of you two?
Oh, hello there, the elf says.
Hello.
Sure, what could we do for you?
Well, my name is Kite. It is a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I have a question regarding a unique construct that is in my companionship.
You're gonna see two of them look at each other. You're gonna see the two of them look at each other and raise an eyebrow, sharing a mix of, like, both being like, but also a faint visage of, like, maybe. Nah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it's clockwork you're working on, there's a presentation, actually, in the other room. There's a guest speaker here. The head of the local fire department. Some gnome artificer that actually has a weird clockwork construction that she uses for aiding in their work.
Is that currently going on?
Aye, just the room over. You're going to see large double doors that when you were outside, you actually could see that the building extended out in a direction. So, an offshoot.
That has piqued my curiosity. will you two be here later, just in case I still have further questions?
If you catch us, we'll probably answer.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go watch that real fast. I do appreciate you letting me know.
All right. Oh, jeez, my headset battery is low. Oh, jeez. Where's my charger? Uno momento, poor flavor. Is anyone having fun
Urasame,
yet today?
would you like to join
Yes.
me?
Yeah. I'm about to incite a riot. Of course I.
I gotta find this fucking cord. Where'd it go? Watch me have it plugged in somewhere and not realize. Nando, what'd you do with my headset cord?
I threw it away.
You schmuck. I'll have
Why'd
to
you
use
do
this.
that?
I'll have to use this short one. It should be long enough to reach my headset.
Because he is cringe, that's why.
How dare you? I'll
Ruff was
have
here
you.
today. I would say this is payback for inciting a riot in Generals of Almore, or trying to.
Oh god.
This would be where I would cut to Warg pummeling a kobold to death.
If there was one!
As you open the doors, you're going to hear a voice of a short gnome individual, and she is going to say, and that's why we use a combination of zinc, copper, and iron in our cogwork. It stops the machines from getting damaged in the high heat of a fire. Now, we recommend a mixture of nickel and salt in the addition to your standard construction of concrete to lessen the wear that you get from a fire. That can also reduce the chances of, and she's just going to go off and like she's got a whole PowerPoint presentation talking about like the different heat tolerances of different alloys of metal used in cogwork constructs, as well as you're going to see a model of what would be, from a real world perspective, a cogwork fire engine that she describes as a mobile vessel for transporting large volumes of water and then propelling it onto a blaze. I'm working with some alchemists to actually develop a mixture to add to the water.
Kite's gonna roll a survival check to see if he falls asleep or not.
Sure, give me a survival check, and what did you get? A 15. Sure. So do you want to fall asleep then?
Yeah, through a lot of the boring bits.
Sure. Raisami, are
Yeah.
you paying attention at all, or
Uh,
are you just like not falling asleep? You're just like, it's all over your head, or what's up?
It's all over my head, but I'm not gonna fall asleep.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Yeah, that's the right button.
I need to reduce the roll area for this so that I can fucking
Just
see
keep
your die.
launching off of-
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Let me see if I can. Just give me 1 second. You're actually going to see a individual in the rows of seats. You're going to see one individual who seems to stand out. They It's not that this room is packed per se, right? But you can clearly tell that based on the distribution, it's not that people are getting as far away as possible from this individual, but they're giving him a bit of a berth, right?
Okay.
But you're going to see an individual who seems to be the most interested of everyone here taking they have spread out, actually clipped onto the chairs in front of them, almost like a desk that they have set up where they're actually like taking notes and sketching like illustrations of things and flipping through notes, and very much they are thoroughly engaged with what is happening, right? With what the presenter is presenting.
Okay.
And that speech, that presentation is going to go on for a decent amount of time. Do you do anything during the speech, or are you just going to take note of that and wait for the presentation to be over?
Take note, wait for the presentation to be over. I don't want to start nothing
Cool.
during things.
Sure. Let's jump back to the other squid. All right, Nords. So, the performers are making a good pace getting away from the city guards. A couple of vines and roots seem to be tripping some of the guards, but one of the guards actually drops his baton and is able to grab the leg of one of the performers just before they start to climb up one of the nearby buildings. They get a handhold and then are dragged down from the wall, and another guard comes rushing over. And it seems like most of the rest of the performers are getting away. Relawana, are you die?
I am here. I'm trying to think if there's anything I could do to help the person.
Anything we could do that won't immediately get us into
Yeah,
huge
that-
trouble?
Yeah, that isn't like an immediate attack on the guard.
Attacking guards isn't exactly something that we're trying to do here.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's up to you if you intercede or if you let the guards take this individual away.
I would like to summon an unseen servant.
Sure. What commands do you give this unseen servant?
Help that person, and I would like him to try and like, I don't know, like grab the guy's arm or something.
So, unseen servants,
I don't think they can take it like an attack action.
no, they can't. They can do things, but it's so. Let me just pull up the stat block of an unseen servant. They have 4 HP, an armor class of 13, and they have a. Let me see. Do they even have a statistic for their? They have a -4 to their strength.
Yeah.
So by trying to help, how are you trying to get it to help? Is it just gonna try and pull them away, or is it going to create a distraction? What are we looking at here?
I think it's gonna try and create a distraction. I'll have it try and like, I don't know, try and knock something over to try and get the guard to look away from the person. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Is the let him cook chant still going on?
I mean,
that's what I'm doing.
the
still, yeah.
the performance is mostly has mostly broken up, and the Let It Cook has devolved more into a restless crowd more than a particular chant, as the performers are mostly scattered at this point. But one individual is currently being harangued by the guards. So the unseen servant, I'm assuming, goes over and you said tries to knock something over, like
yeah, just tries to like push something over to try and just get the guard to look away from the person he's like actively trying to detain, to try and give him a chance to get away.
So like knock like a broom off of a box that's in an alleyway or something, distract them.
Yeah, it's something like that, or like if there's like a stand somewhere nearby, it just like knocks a bunch of like wares off of a stand.
Sure, make me a deception check to try and pick something that would make like be of genuine distraction.
All right. Is that my deception check or a deception check?
We'll use your
from,
deception because you're gonna command it to do something. Let's see if your command is of import enough.
Am I allowed to roll performance? I can roll deception too. I don't care either way. I'll just roll deception. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm just
22.
a 22. Yeah. Cool. So
I wouldn't say this is technically.
You instruct your unseen servant to grab a valuable piece of jewelry off a stand, and you're going to hear a guards! Some thief is taking my valuables! And one of the two guards is going to be like, what is it now? You deal with them. And one of the two guards is going to run over and investigate of the currently fleeing piece of jewelry through the air, as the unseen servant distracts the guard away, and
y'all committing crimes just to get eyes off of like a performer.
Hey, I have committed no crimes.
Hey, it was that, or it was either they did that or they cast magic missile. I don't know. They don't really have too many other.
It was a thought.
So you send off the one, and then the performer is going to attempt to break free now that only one of the guards is assailing
As I'm still
them.
kind of playing along, I would like to guidance them.
Sure, that works. I was about to say you're gonna cast haste on them. You don't have to. You'd have to touch them. So.
No, I'm just gonna guidance.
Sure. Let me do that, and then get a +1 as well. Oh, dice, come back.
Keep flying off the screen.
Yeah.
Did you actually mess up your
It's
dice
remember
rolling
I'm on
area?
a different computron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and I'm also using a much smaller window. Remember, I'm on a laptop right now.
Gotcha.
So
I
that's
forgot
part of
that.
why I didn't like do a like better effort to make like the music and stuff appropriate, because midway through the week I had to like move all of my files onto a fucking flash drive and then put them on a different computer. Trust me, that file transfer took like 3 hours. Flash drive is old and bad. Well, that is going to be I'm just gonna say he rolled a 3 on his attempt to break free.
Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. So he's still going to be they're still going to be struggling right now, giving you and your allies an additional opportunity to do something if you would like, or simply leave them to their own devices. If they don't get away, it's their fault at this point.
I think I've done everything I can without criminalizing myself.
Incriminating yourself.
Yeah.
Thing that I could.
It's not like it's gonna be them be getting put to death or.
Yeah.
They're gonna get like a small fine and a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanted to fight the man.
You don't know that. Maybe the
They're gonna kill over this.
yeah.
They
maybe.
could, you know, you never know. They could have some really draconian laws in the Ivy District. You know?
So yeah, like the next thing that I could do that doesn't do damage is Gale Blast, but it would require me to get close to them,
You
and then
would
that would be
knock
very obvious
everybody
that I
down
did
around
it. Yeah.
Well, in your moment of hesitation, they're going to try and break free again, and then you're going to see the frond, well, like the small palm plant that is nearby, that's in a potted, that's potted nearby, is actually going to sway in an oddly abrupt gust of wind and catch the guard in the face. And at that, the performer is going to wrench their arm free. And as there is not someone there isn't two people assailing them, they're able to quickly scamper up the wall as the guard checks to make sure that they didn't get hit in the fucking eyes by the sharp plant leaves. Is going to turn back and be like, "Wait, no! God damn it! Not again!" As the performer gets up to the roof, they crouch down a little bit to be out of line of sight of the guard, and then they're going to make eye contact with you, Reliwana, and they're gonna nod and then disappear into the across the rooftops.
I'm now gonna cheese it so I don't get caught as well.
You'd be like, "And I'm going this way." Now, do you bump into the dog and the undead man, or are you going
Yeah,
to?
I'll probably walk over their direction and just be like, all right, let's get out of here.
Sure. Roll me. Go ahead and the three of you roll me a stealth check, and just none of you roll an at one.
Oh boy.
You say that, but
What happened to the lady's necklace?
The guard eventually comes back with it. The unseen servant is not particularly quick, and it also
Yeah.
it doesn't go an infinite distance. So
I kind of imagine he just like it just like rounds a corner and then
I
just
go
dispels
the
and just
distance.
falls to the ground.
yeah.
Okay, we're stealth, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just do you in this large crowd.
Well, it's not a
That
nat
was
one. So
very
there you go.
close, but that was very close. But it would have been very difficult for them to spot you. But a nat one, you would have someone would have been one of the people in the crowd would be like, "Hey, that was a really cool thing you did," you know. And then the guards were like, "What's that?" And then they would have come over. But you're good.
I just
one
morph into spider, so it's not me anymore.
Yeah, that would create
Not
a
the
commotion.
person unseen.
So you slink off into the down a nearby street. What does your troop wish to do from this juncture?
Question.
Get out of Dodge and just find a place to relax. I guess.
Should we head back to the what was it what's the place we're staying? I keep forgetting.
Gutless Griffin.
Should we head back to the Gutless Griffin, lay low for a little while?
Can you get lunch?
Yeah.
Sure. You guys go ahead and
Food.
get some lunch. What kind of extravagant meals are you requesting at the Gutless Griffange, as it is also a restaurant?
Wow, fancy.
Kobold steak.
Yeah.
No.
I swear to God.
Well, you see, our cobalt steak is actually it's actually a new thing out of Varissia. It is vegan cobalt steak.
I feel like it'd be more of a,
Kobold steak.
you know, no offense to our bartender, but a pseudo dragon fillet or something.
Very
As
fair
we all
enough.
know,
Very
because
well,
dragons
very
are
good.
carnivores, they would not taste very good.
You never know. It's a fantasy setting.
Depends on how it's cooked.
Yeah, man.
It's about the immersion.
Almost tastes like I fought them myself.
Man,
It
taking a
smells.
good cobalt
It tastes
steak
like
anymore. It's called
victory.
Cobalt substitute now.
Yeah,
Cobalt tofu.
exactly. Cobalt tofu. They found a different sentient race that just grows cobalt meat. Oh my god. It's just they found a pocket dimension to the setting where the Crown of Candy from D20 takes place. They're just eating people. It's like, well, they're not from our realm, so they're just food. Look, a talking sandwich. All right, we shall head back to Daz Coins then. Do. Now, the presenter is wrapping up their presentation. It's been a good hour and a half going through charts and statistics and a introduction to some formulas and equations they use and a summary on the calculus used to figure out the proper ratios for the materials used in heat suppressant, or not heat suppressant, but heat resistant materials. And as the presentation wraps up, Kate, how do you awake?
Oh shit! Rasami, what did I miss?
Something brass. I don't know.
Okay, nothing important at least.
Too much fancy words for my tastes.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. I may have Tito, but all of this is just gibberish to me.
Mm-hmm. I fixed them together with sticks and mud. You think I know how a soldering iron works? Right. What as the presentation is wrap up, what the individual I mentioned before, Raisami, is they're going to take a couple minutes to collect all their things together onto their makeshift desk into a nice ordered stack, putting away an inkwell, draining the ink from a pen, adjusting their glasses. Most of the rest of the crowd are going to either disperse with a couple of people going up to the presenter and having side conversations about not a collection of other, but more in-depth details on her techniques.
I will whisper over to Rasami. That one seems a little bit extra, you think?
Yeah, a bit. I noticed them during the whole presentation, but I don't know. I didn't want to make a scene by approaching him at the time, I guess.
Probably smart. I think the instructor would find that quite rude.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even though they seem extra, I might be able to get some knowledge out of them. I will hop from chair to chair, just making my way over, and try and land on the makeshift desk in front of them.
This is as you get around from looking from the backside over around to the front. You're actually going to see what was blocked from your vision is actually a small construct bird standing on the desk, and it's going to hop towards you and actually block you from getting onto the desk itself, and it's going to like lean back and forth, almost guarding the papers.
Quite fascinating. Hello there, my name is Kite.
Why, hello, Hello there, little one.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Once you get all packed away, do you have a moment?
Oh, I definitely think I have a moment. What for? As he's going to continue packing. I don't see why we can't talk while I finish this up.
I don't see why not. I was just attempting to be courteous. I do have some questions regarding constructs. In particular, I have a quite unique one in my companionship. You seem to be a guy of great knowledge.
I have a bit of a passion for constructs, actually.
Well,
I'm
that's
going
great
to
hear.
I'm going to show for you the individual to whom you are speaking.
Oh, cool. Okay.
You have your construct on you? You don't seem... must surely be very small to fit inside one of your pockets. Or is
To
he
begin
outside?
with, they do seem quite small. Give me just a moment, and I will hop over to the edge of the seats to where there's like the aisle area, and it's a big enough area to summon Tito. Then I will summon on the spot.
Sure, you throw out the small golden orb, and the arcane, the metal rings will twist and rotate so that they line up and then expand and rotate again and expand again, and the sphere will uncollapse itself, and Tito will emerge from his Pokeball, effectively. And you're going to see, before you can say anything, he's going to, in a very proper way, he's going to take his glasses off. He's going to take out a piece of fabric. He's going to rub one of the lenses. He's going to breathe onto it, rub it again, then switch to the other one, breathe on the lenses, and rub it. Then put it back on. Then he's going to look at Tito, blink twice, and then take his glasses off again and go to clean them again.
Sounds about right.
This is my companion. His name is Tito.
Well, you were right. That is quite a unique piece you have there. His desk is actually going to snap closed in the middle, and he's going to pick it up. The bird is going to hop onto his shoulder, and he's going to walk over quite briskly, and you're going to see a couple of the people around the room are actually going to give glances in your direction, as well as start murmuring a little bit. Quite the interesting construction. I must get a better look at him. It's too dark in here for a better inspection. Let's step outside. Inside
And I will fly on top of Tito and head out.
the ever-burning torch-lit room for presentations is plenty lit for standard going about daily business, but not for having enough light to carefully inspect every tiny, minute detail of intricate construction. And you'll step outside, and my word, where did you find this one?
I found him near my village. It's a small little fairy village to the eastern portion of the Milwaukee Expanse.
The Wongi. Interesting. You're gonna see many cryptic thoughts run across his face, and you're gonna see like cogs whirring in his head as he processes that information.
In particular, I had found him buried and long forgotten from what it seemed like. The only thing sticking out of the dirt was his hand. I spent a good long while uncovering
To be stuck still. How did you reactivate him?
him. Honestly, on that, I'm not quite so sure myself. Uh, I did attempt repairs, but they didn't seem to quite take hold. I seem to have pressed a button and, well, here we are. In particular on this one, it seems that he has become soul bonded to me. Uh, any damage that I take, he takes a great percentage of, and any damage that it takes, I take a small percentage of.
What an odd case this is. Well, let me get a good look all around him. He's going to look around. He's going to see the the pelts and fabric adornments that have been put on him that are extemporaneous to his metal chassis. He's going to tell me, do you wash Tito at all?
Yeah, I think it's been the time, like, overnight or to wipe him down at least.
Well, there's quite a few like well set in stains that would take a polishing to get out. Very interesting. What exactly? I can clearly see this is not he's not a artifice of clockwork. Could this be an old shorty design? No. Well, perhaps. It does not seem to be the way that a shori construction would be made. It is. He's going to be muttering to himself about things, but most of it's not like directed at you. He seems to have partially forgotten about you as as he's looking over Tito's artifice and like opens up Tito's. Does Tito have a jaw, or is that just, or he goes to lift up the grate over where his face in and look in, and you're going to see like his eyebrows start to get singed back, like you're gonna see them start receding, and he seems just too distracted to notice.
As you've seen, he also has certain abilities. He has the ability to shrink and to grow in size. Also, the ability to move much quicker than something of his size should really be able to.
You are correct. Tell me, do you recognize anything similar of your time traveling with him in other states of repair and disrepair? Has he ever had a similar facsimile to this? And he's going to present back to you the bird you've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just do you remember what the bird looks like, or should I pop it up again?
I have it pulled up.
Okay, good.
I'm not quite sure what in particular you're referring to.
Well, you can see that neither of these constructs are of a clockwork make or operation. They're clearly arcane in nature. You're saying that when... So he reactivated at your touch, is what you're saying.
That is my understanding of it.
So, what I can infer from this is that I think he very well may be a prototype design of... Trying to find the name. Ah, he knows this name. I don't remember the name, though. Christ. Give me a second. I'm trying to find the name of this fucking culture. Why have I lost it? How could you have done this to me? Kando, why did you steal the thoughts from my mind?
Because they were so tasty looking.
Yum,
Any
yum, yum.
thoughts?
Let me
Why,
quickly
yes.
check. Where in the fuck is this name? It starts with a Z. I'm gonna be so mad when I can't find this shite.
Herm, are you telling me you don't?
No. I eat
Ah.
not lots.
Finally, I found it. Christ, that took me too long. I think this is a prototype Jiskin design. I can't tell if he's ancient or new.
A prototype of what? What was it you said?
A Jiskin design. They're from the ancient Shori Empire. You know. He's going to say you know as if you know.
Not really. Being from a small forest village, I'm not really aware of too much that goes around.
Well, it seems that we then should go to a place where we can have a bit of a chin wag. Come with me. Do you come with him?
Yeah, I'll shrink Tito back down and I'll like land on his shoulder.
Sure. Raisami, do you come with?
Yeah.
So Brynjolf is going to be stepping out, and he's going to look at you guys and look at Yamthar, and he's going to look very confused.
Sorry. Here in about 3 or 4 days, meet up with us at... What's the name of the tavern we're staying at?
He's going to cut you off and be like, I'll see you back in the Ivy District. I'm sure we'll come across each other. You know where to find me.
That works as well.
Be safe. And he's going to head back the other direction as you guys are going to head north instead of west. And he's going to pretty much, it's almost an interrogation as he's like peppering you with questions and also just going off on explanations and tangents. He's going to elaborate about so many different forms of constructs that you're like, I don't get it. Like, he's going to talk about like the origin of different magics of binding elementals that are used in the construction of like golems, and then he's going to talk about the difference in construction between an iron golem and a clay golem, and what makes an iron golem different from a automaton and an android. And you're going to hear all these different terms for things. So he's going to talk about the clockwork constructs from several different regions, including Alkenstar, and it's just going to be almost a college course on constructs from all over. It's you know like the high school cultural appreciation class. It's like that for all of the different minutia of different details of hundreds of different types of constructs from around the world, and you will retain none of it.
None of it. Kai is nodding along, struggling not to fall back asleep.
Indeed. And he's going to very much like look at Tito several times throughout the process. And we're going to cut back to the rest of the party. So, the lot of you have had your lunch. So, I'm sure. Who had the sea dragon biscuit with God, I wish I could remember like any of the fucking foods from the World Guide. It's a whole assortment of different things. a sandwich with poached ostrich eggs, many different assortments of foods, as well as a charcuterie board of cured meats from several different regions. Are you eating down in the common area or up in the dining room of your grand suite at the penthouse?
Maybe down in the dining. I don't know.
On the assumption they probably would let my spider hang out the table with us, I'm gonna go up to my room.
Oh, that's a good point. Also, we were kind of trying to avoid suspicion, so maybe the room would probably be better, actually.
Sure. Well, you find yourselves at one of the locuses of culture within the Inner Sea region, the Ivy district of Absalom, with an entire day available to you. There are plays and theaters and open air presentation amphitheaters of many kinds. There are alchemists and druids and artistic expressions of any variety. Does your party take any interest in any potential options at your fingertips?
You guys want to go see a play?
Heck yeah. Let's go see Wagons.
Imagine
Oh
wagons.
my god. Get the fuck out of here.
So Kai, Wagons
The day
is
of
the
callbacks.
Yeah,
Wagons
fair.
is the fantasy play of the movie Cars.
That is a highway.
I love that so much.
So you arrive at hold on, let me give you some names in the Ivy district. You arrive at the far a different park from the one you had originally been at. You will find a small amphitheater with well trimmed hedges that surround it, where you will see a kids play of a modern rendition of Wagons. The plot of which
Why
So
not
are-
Romeo and
No, that was-
Juliet?
that was the meme of what you were doing. you do find
Is it
a
people dressed as wagons, or is it just like a bunch of wagons going across the stage with like googly eyes on them?
You know, I
I-
imagine it varies from production to production.
yeah, it really is it is really a avant-garde piece of interpretive media where the different stage managers will present their own interpretation of the artist's vision from
Yeah.
this
It's all
ancient and
subjective.
storied piece of cultural significance. But this particular presentation is being presented by a cadre of young, aspiring 12 to 14-year-old students. It brings a tear to your eye. The acting of these rising stars is truly an emotional experience.
Jesus Christ.
I love it. It's so
I
good.
don't know. 12 to 14-year-olds aren't exactly great at acting.
This is literally the center of culture in the Inner Sea region.
Yeah, they're not just like
They
regular
are
folks,
Ivy
they're,
League fucking
they're-
middle schoolers.
Prodigies.
Yeah.
So, and from here you converse with a couple of the parents who some are like, wait, why are you guys here? And others are like, it's a performance, anyone can attend. So there are the handful of like Karens that are protective, and other ones that are like, yes, my child being exposed to the grand vision of the audience. They're being tested by, whatever, fucking posh jackass. And then some will tell you about the Ivy Theater and the matinees that are going on around this time. And if you get your ticket early, you'll be able to stay for the later shows without having to buy an additional ticket. So, should you wish to attend the Ivy Playhouse to see a professional performance, you could.
And that one is Romeo and Juliet.
How dare Wagons is the best form is the best made production of all times.
Is Rolano a big Wagons fan?
Relawana never misses a Wagons production.
Oh my god. Die.
Oh my god. So you will arrive at the theater. It is a beautiful marble facade of this of a theater that leads into velvet seats with finely carved and lacquered bench seating, with several upper balcony seats, and you will be approached by one of the they don't have a front ticket counter. They have more of rotating staff that will come and take your tickets and also take orders if you would like drinks or such. It's a fine establishment. Even the nosebleed seats are considered fine seating. And if you stay for a performance, I will take a small amount of money from you, but you'll be able to see several exhibitions of stage plays from troupes all around the region, including those stretching traveling as far as Cheliax and Varissia to perform at the Ivy Theater.
Very fancy.
Or play hall, my bad. Is that how you spend your evening, lads?
Sounds good to me,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, we lost somebody.
Died.
Oh,
Oh, it's Tando.
Grayson died.
Wow.
I guess he
No
didn't want
one.
to see the play.
Rip Tando.
Damn.
so the performances that you see are first a midday performance of The Fortunate. It is a tragedy that takes place in two parts that shows how quickly luck can change as a fortunate gambler loses everything and must find a new pious path in life. You will also see a performance of The Seat of the Butterfly Lord, a tale of a fey prince in 5 acts, with exhibitionist productions of Rose and is popular among fairies from the not fairies, elves from the northwest regions of Taldor. And last, by the out-of-town Chalaxian troupe of actors, some of which, if you look closely, are bearing the icon of the Firebrands, put on a fiery presentation of Trebuchet, a reenactment told from the perspective of a poor fisherman and his struggling family as the play tells the story of the recent string of rebellions in Cheliax. That's the performances you see throughout the night at the theater. Sadly, no musicals. I'm assuming Warg was asleep for like the entire time. Or Warg is incredibly sophisticated and is pushing up his glasses and wiping a tear from his eyes with a handkerchief. How does Warg
Hello,
react
my
to these stage
apologies.
plays?
My father decided to reboot the router, so for
Oh,
the past
been
couple
there.
minutes, I have not been here. I have not heard a single thing.
And then Warg puts on a one-man performance of The Rise of the Android King. Good. as his voice turns to that of Machine.
Oh, is my voice a machine right now?
It was.
You're good.
Oh, you're good. I think you're.
So
His voice sounding bad.
you're fine now.
You're good now,
You and the
okay.
rest of the entourage of high class cultured individuals watch several plays from around the mid day point of the day to the late evening, and Glad Hand and meet with a couple of the upper crust who will promptly forget your fucking names. As talking with you was
Okay,
simply a
they need to
courtesy.
remember.
What'd you say?
They don't need to remember.
No. Does Warg get drunk, or is he incapable of this?
For
And
all
the
intents
second-
and purposes, I'd imagine that he's alive enough to, like, experience things like hunger and such, so he probably does have the capability of getting drunk.
Good.
Does he get drunk?
Roll a fortitude to see if you disrupt any of the performances.
Hold on.
Relowana, what do you think of the plays that you have seen? Your first night in Absalom, you have witnessed great theater. Is it what you had hoped for?
It was pretty good. It was no wagons, but yeah, yeah, yeah. She's having a great time. She's loving it.
Good. Doug, what do you think? How many times, Doug, have you been to the play? As someone that
To
is
the
from
actual
Absalom.
plays? I don't know. Maybe a couple.
How cultured is the Doug?
So.
It reminds you of your sister's original ambitions before she became the front desk clerk at the Eastgate guard post.
Yeah, I was
She
gonna
had
say, she
originally had
probably,
ambitions of being on stage at the theater, but no one would take a Shuni as the leading maiden in the tellings of plays when she was a rising acting a name in the acting sphere, an amateur doomed to not get placed in the perfect act to make her break out.
I
At
was
the
gonna say,
time,
Ralph had definitely sat through a show of wagons that she was cast in at least once.
you have an expansive family, several of which in the Eastgate, in the town it's
All,
almost
like,
a
little various,
generational
like,
it's almost like a generational thing where the different years, it's almost as if, so as they pass through primary school into secondary school, it seems like all of them do wagons at least one point. Sometimes it's
So-
at second grade, other times they're high school, they're about to graduate from secondary school when they
back
perform
here, like,
their
every other year then.
yeah like
to watch wagons.
your extended family of cousins and direct relatives and family members from out of town that all come to see the glorious wagons put on at a playhouse in the Eastern Gate.
I know
district of
every
s-
word of this play against my will.
So is it one of those things that's like, oh, not wagons again, god damn it, or is it like nostalgic?
it's just that it's the so schools still have to pay for the licensing rights to plays. So once you have a repertoire of in your catalog, it's just more affordable to just continue doing this the
the
same
same one
rotation of
over and
plays
over.
every couple of years, instead of expanding into new more modern performances. So it's just been the scripts have been passed down several times, and it's just kind of. See, most families only have like 2 or 3 kids that pass through, but because of Ralph's extended large family and their tight-knit nature, they go to every generation's presentation of wagons. So most people would only see it once or twice as their kids go through school, but Ralph has seen it dragged by their mother and father several times to family outings to go see either cousins or nieces or nephews putting on the performance.
I kind of feel bad.
Oh
for
man, I
Ralph.
feel like every single family member must be absolutely sick of it.
No, all the parents, once the parents of kids couldn't be more ecstatic for their kids to perform, even if they're tired of other kids. At that point, as soon as it's their kid, they are amped as shit about it. Hypocrites to the core, parents are.
Sounds about right.
But Ralph, having no kids of their own, is like, oh my god, fucking why?
Just imagining someone being like,
This is why I
"Oh
moved
man,
to the
my
docks.
kid got got mater. Oh man, I'm so proud of this."
Oh man, little Timmy got to say the word. He got to say ka-chow.
Wow. Everyone in Ralph's family has the Owen Wilson impression of wow. Whenever someone says wow, they all have heard it too many times. So it's just wow. Good. All right. Now, Kite, you and Raisami have now been walking for an additional several miles north through the city.
By this point, just out of pure boredom, Kite has started riding on the bird.
The bird is about your size.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
It is also a tiny creature. It is a construct.
He's still just like fucking around with it.
You're actually going to pass through a section of town. Raisami and Kite, give me a perception check.
Yep. One sec.
Okay. Awesome.
I feel that
Where is
none of my rolls have been
robot?
good this session.
It's fine. It's an RP session. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no. It's just very unfortunate that I have not rolled double digits on a dice.
We'll be back to the Grimdark next session.
Where's the
Maybe.
button that I pressed to do perception?
Uh,
What if we want the rest of the campaign to be wagons?
we will.
Life
Wait.
is a highway.
A TTRPG performance of
No. It's not life
wagons.
is a highway. Life is a dirt road.
I got a 31.
A 31. Kite. As you're traveling, you're going to notice that the crowds seem to get thinner at some point. You don't know when exactly it happened, but you're going to notice that it almost seems as though there's fewer and fewer prying eyes as you get further in. Some of the shops seem to be shuttered, and your companion, or your traveling companion, is continuing to wax on about constructs as you make your way through the streets and come to a. I have a thing for it, but it's nighttime in the scene, and that's not what time it is. But so you come to a intersection, and that's when you're going to notice a glint from one of the top of the roofs, and you're gonna hear a voice that says, "All right, that's far enough."
Is it directed towards us?
It is.
Alright. I will fly off of this dude's shoulder and land on Rasami's.
You're going to see Yamthar adjust his glasses and look about him like, What is happening? And you're going to see a rat folk individual that looks quite disheveled. He's got some dark black clothes that seem to be shrouding what he has around his person, masking what he's wearing, so you can't see if he has any weapons on him. You're surrounded. We've been keeping an eye on you for a couple minutes now. I can tell you lot got some money on ya. So how's about you part with it and no one gets hurt?
Well, aren't you adorable? Um, can I ask the reasoning for this? You might be getting into more of a problem than what you think you are.
This is when you're going to hear a whistle, like a, and you're going to hear like the crack, the clunk of a crossbow being reloaded, and you're going to look and you're going to see a bolt that your tiny figure, it just missed your head and bed itself in the dirt. I won't be asking again. And you're gonna see Yamthar be like, "Oh, now, if it's coin you need, then I'm sure we can settle this. We can settle this peacefully if it's only coin."
Neither will I, and I will summon in front of me.
You're gonna summon Titorb.
And if I do have the option to, I will increase his size to massive.
Mm-hmm.
If I have enough actions
Big
within this
boy.
time stop situation.
Sure. You're going to if you're going to take an offensive posture, you're gonna hear another chunk, and you're going to be erupted into flames. You're hit by a greater alchemist fire. From
Ow.
the left side.
Fucking assholes.
And that's when you're gonna notice you're surrounded by like 10 people. A couple of them standing at like right next to the entrances to buildings, and some of them have weapons that are on fire. As in they have enchanted weapons.
Gotcha.
I don't think you know. I don't think you think. Blah, 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 blah. You may think you're a big shot, but in these towns, I think you're quite outmatched. I'm gonna give you one more chance.
So is Kai just on fire?
Let's find out. The damage on that would
Man,
be
now I'm
alchemist
wishing
fires.
our party wasn't separated.
Okay, so that's 18
fine,
fire
it's all
damage
right.
on the initial hit, and the splash damage is an additional 4, so 24 fire damage. 4 damage hits Raisami and Tito, and you take a persistent 3d4 fire damage.
So I take 4.
Yeah, you take 4.
Okay.
So
Tito
total, I'm
is
taking
within the area, but
22?
the splash doesn't really. You don't have to worry about the splash.
That was a total damage of 22, correct?
Yeah, for you, and you're also on fire. Well, I think we understand this. It shouldn't be a problem. Here, I have a coin purse right here. You see? He's going to undo it, and he's going to tip it over, and you're going to see some silvery coins fall out. If you would like, you can make a perception check to see what kind they are.
Sure.
Sure. Okay, Raisami, those are platinum coins.
Mm-hmm.
Holy.
This man is wealthy. Okay.
And then when he does that, I'm going to cast Mirror Image.
I'm like, and I'm just gonna just stare down the main guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a point where the majority of them are bundled up?
They are like pretty much all around you. Like they've all kind of kept themselves around 30 paces away from you. Some are on top of rooftops. Other ones are flanking you on either side of the street, but they're not within your striking range. They are close enough to where they could make chase very easily, but not close enough for you to be able to like.
So is
hit
it pretty much in
multiple of
equal
them.
parts on every side?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Where's the boss guy who originally spoke to us?
He's on one of the roofs. He's about 70 feet away from you.
And okay. In the direction of the guy who was originally talking and the one who just threw the flask, I would like to draw a wall of water that cuts off at an angle between those two, from one point to the other.
Okay. So whoosh, the water bubbles up from the cracks in the road and creates a. Are you making this like a wall, like blocking off like 4 of your 10 assailants effectively?
Yeah.
Line of sight. All right. And
There's 10 of them, and there's only 2 of you.
and 1 Yamthar.
Ooh.
And if they continue doing things, are they going to?
Here's the question: is are you going to? So you are very much escalating, right? That's what you're like. Well, that's what you're doing.
Defensive posture, sure.
That's escalating in this situation. Giving the money would be de-escalating.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think just staring at him, the guy who threw the coins on the ground. I mirror image water wall, and I'm still staring at the one guy. Is the guy who originally talked to us? Is he separated from us right now?
he's like 5,
Or
10 feet
where was the
away.
wall put? Like, was the wall put so he's still in like our area without having to pass through the wall or go around the wall?
He
I'm
should have to
assuming,
pass
yeah.
through it.
You
I'm
shouldn't have
just
cutting
to.
off as many people as I could have from us.
I'm just gonna keep looking at him and like, there's your money. Come take it.
You're going to see the coin pouch lift off the ground, and that's when you notice a mage hand in the air as it's going to float towards him. You have to realize you're not the only spellcasters in this
Oh,
town.
I know. I'm aware. I'm aware. I'm aware.
Let me know when the next time I have actions.
Sure. Well, he's going to pull the coins towards. The coins are floating towards him right now. If you wanted to act again, you could. As most of these guys are pretty much, they are staying like they have their crossbows
Okay.
like on you, and
On
make a perception check, real quick.
okay. I'm
Good.
re-rolling that.
Okay.
And I
now,
was also doing that on Tito.
okay, so Tito gets a nat
Perception.
1. Raisame
Yeah.
with a nat 20. Not only is Yamthar calm, you can almost see like the crack of a wry smirk on the corner of his lip right now. Like he seems incredibly and like far too calm. Like it seems as though he was feigning concern initially.
Ooh.
So the coin the coin pouch is being like dragged along the ground.
Also, with that nat 20, you'll notice he has you'll notice that on his belt, on the opposite side of that guy, he has a different coin purse.
Okay.
So he just handed them a fake coin purse, didn't he?
Yes. The next time that I have actions, I'm going to draw another wall of water on the other side of that wall, giving us like a 5-foot walkway to run down.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just gonna let him take the coin purse and see what happens. I think that's the play here.
Okay. Do you say anything to your fairy friend?
I'm just gonna kind of put my hand up to make sure it doesn't do anything aggression wise.
He'll nod back at you, but I'm still raising the other side of the water wall, so that on each side of us, there's something protecting us. We can still just fucking bolt down the middle of this, and they'll have to waste a fuck ton of actions getting in on us.
Okay.
And then-
So you're gonna see the rat folk is going to receive the coin. He's going to. You're gonna see like mantis-like fingers as he reaches in greedily and looks at the coins. He's like, We're fucking rich. My God, there's so much in here.
I think now
Snargle!
as good
Look
a
at
time as
this,
any
and
just
he's going to pour some of it into another pouch, and he's going to put it on a crossbow and fire it across to one of the other buildings, and you're going to see one of the other taller looking figures catch it and then open it up, and he's like, "My God, boys, scatter! We're good!" And then you're going to see quite a few of them like disappear into the shadows and split off, and then you're going to see problem solved. No need for violence. And you're going to see the rat guy is going to laugh, and he's going to scamper off across the roof.
I think before he runs off, I'm just going to kind of cock my head, and then just all four of me, I'm gonna flip him off as he runs off.
And then you're going to see his hands raised. Yamthar, his hands are raised. You're going to see him draw a circle on his palm with his right hand, using his right thumb, is going to draw a circle on his palm. And you're going to hear screams from behind the buildings. And then silence.
What the fuck did he just do?
That sorted itself out. Off we were.
What did he just do?
See,
With a
no
snap
need
of my
for
fingers,
violence.
both of the water walls just drop.
I purely did what I did for raw defense on my part in case I was hit with attacked anymore.
He's going to turn to you, Kite, and he's going to say, "Very impressive magic, I have to say. No wonder you've got a strong construct with you with power like that. No wonder. Quite impressive, actually. And go back straight into talking about using the spirit of a water elemental in a construct, and just immediately just yeah, man, that's just fucking.
Are we gonna talk about what that was?
What just happened to them?
Oh, just dealing with business.
Dealing with business how?
Oh, and this is
You
when
gave them coins and they exploded or something.
So as you'll find a transition point as you're going to enter a new district to the town. You're going to find yourselves in. I think I didn't preload it, sadly. So.
I just love the scene. No reason for violence, and then just the worst act of violence that could probably ever been heard around the corner.
I'm just waiting for the scene to change. You see, guys, the reason Kite has had the most stuff to do is because Wings gave me a list of things he wanted to do.
I told you I didn't have anything.
That's fair. That's fair.
I was here for one reason and one reason only.
As you find yourself moving through up north, you're going to pass through several different sections of the marketplace. You're going to turn into tall homes that are ornately decorated, and in the distance, as you get past a fence line, right, like an outer wall around what appears to be estates, the entire area turns into a rolling hills and villas within you can see in the distance the walls of Absalom in the distance, and you can see rolling hills, and you can see ponds and lakes. As you get to the crest of some of these hills, you can see vistas, and it's you can feel an oppressive weight of wealth in this area, and seems to not be at all phased by this as he leads you deeper into the more sparsely, if you look on the map, you'll see here is where it starts turning into some scattered homes on estates. You're going to get all the way. I'm gonna make sure I get the exact location correct of where it is. Don't want to misplace it. The 159 is right around. Where is it? numbers. You're going to get all the way. He's actually blocking it, by the way. You're going to get all the way up to a secluded, walled-in palace that, if you look on the bottom left corner of the map, that towering structure is what you find presented before you. Ah.
I don't know about you, Rasami, but I'm beginning to feel a little bit out of place.
And you're gonna see two figures actually that you didn't notice at all as you were traveling walk up from behind you and take his coat and open the gate in front of you. Thank you, Charles Dickens. Good work today. And you're going to see a collection of small clockwork silver like spider-like things with very sharp feet. Couple of them speckled with red, dragging a shredded leather pouch, walk past you into the courtyard. Well then,
I think his spider things might have murdered those goons. Don't get on this guy's bad side. Clearly.
Certainly not.
well, welcome to Palace Ormuz. Make yourselves comfortable. We'll be heading into my study. You're going to walk in through the doors of this, give me a society check.
I have society.
I do not.
I'm kind of society. Not. No, never mind. I know. Never mind. I don't have society. That's okay. I also.
Better than mine.
I keep thinking of society. No, I keep in my mind. I mix up me having society and diplomacy.
We're just completely
You're just country bumpkins.
basically.
No idea what's going on, dude.
So you're actually going to enter in and you're going to see butlers and maids and attendants that are moving about. You're going to see other people dressed in finery with displays of fine art, as well as in display cases, animatronic looking arms and different artifacts of many kinds. And as you go in, different people are going to be walking up and just handing him things and then shuffling away, and he will be looking at papers, signing things, and then handing them back to people. He's going to sample a sampling of a powder and be like, the purity is off. Tell them to change the flow of water in those fields. If not, I need to have the head rancher of the area replaced, as this is either a lack of water or poor management of grazing livestock. As he talks to different people, and very much in like a flurry of business just coming at him from all directions, as he waves some people away and listens to some concerns, and he's still guiding you through the building as he goes, as you pass through rooms with large, what would look like an Olympic swimming pool, but it's only like 2 inches deep, with lily pads and a tree growing out of the middle with white orchids coming off of it, and floating lights that circle in the room. It seems like this space is it's just a chamber that looks nice. That's the whole purpose it seems to serve, as you see doorways branch off into halls where you can hear voices of conversation and people talking, and more figures with glasses and finery, and a couple of, you can spot what looks like more similarly dressed artificers to the ones you had seen in the Gallery of Innovation. And he will guide you to through several corridors and behind and to a large door that seems to be sealed off with two individuals standing at those doors, and he's going to wave for them to open the doors, and they're going to force open this large oak door that leads into a separate section of the building that seems to be laid out as a living space, as though this palace, which is his home, has a separate region for actually being his home inside of it. And you're going to see the amount of construct and clockwork displays are going to be exceptionally more frequent, as though his personal tastes are more on display here than those of his national culture. Neither of you have any fucking idea what this guy's origin or nationality are, as your societies are bad.
No. Kite's jaw is just as far dropped as it can be.
But it's good to be home. Ugh. Quite a long walk down to the coins.
You call this a home? This might as well be a museum.
You're right, it is a bit of a small estate. I do need to get back to Thuvia every now and again.
And I must ask, did you even gain any knowledge from that previous speech that you were visiting?
Oh, yes.
You seem to know quite a bit already.
Yes. Miss, shit. What the fuck was that? What was the fucking gnome's name? I can't remember her name, but he will say her name, is actually a regular at my, salons. It is a shame she couldn't attend today, as her speech coincided with, the events taking place next door, the room you had seen before. But that's not for you to worry about. Now, about your friend here. He's going to go over to his desk. He's going to pull off one belt of coins and put it in a drawer, and he's going to, his other coins will be cleaned and brought back at another juncture. So, tell me, are you willing to part with him for coin?
Under no circumstances. But...
Well,
no.
I had a feeling that was the case. It was worth trying. Anyways, how's about he comes over here and we get a better look at him? And you're going to see he's going to bring you over to a circular brass plate on the ground, and he's going to walk over to some levers, and he's going to mess with some dials and adjust, and you're going to see it spring to life with arcane energy. This might be of value. What do you do?
He's holding something out in his hand.
No, he is gesturing over for you to bring Tito over to this pedestal, which has now arcane energy manifesting.
Can you tell me what it is you're attempting to do?
Well, you seem to not have much knowledge on his origin and history, so let's see if potentially he does.
Well, alright, Tito. Go ahead.
He's going to step onto the pedestal, and then Lord Yamthar is going to throw a lever, and you're going to see as Tito seems to freeze in a field of stasis, and then you're going to see a projection appear as you're going to see flashes of imagery, and very quickly you're going to see rolls bys of moving through caves, and you're going to see working with a pickaxe. You're going to see the faces of deep gnomes and dwarves, and one or two drow are actually going to appear, and many of them are going to be speaking a language that none of you speak, and it seems Tito can't remember. so even you can't translate it. But as far as you can tell, it sounds very similar to the language of that that guy that died the other day. As well as you can see, all these events seeming to happen in reverse order, flashing back and back and back to being on a table in a laboratory, to seeing several different figures, and then you're going to see the images start to become warped and twisted as the visions become less and less coherent, and then eventually static and blackness. And then Yamthar is going to say, But it seems he can see far. He can remember about as far back as 500 years ago.
Did you say 500?
Based on my measurements here, you're going to see a bunch of arcane runes displayed, and as he moves some of the levers, it's going to move forward and backward, as though he's effectively scrubbing through Tito's mental data vaults of some kind that maybe he couldn't even access. This is clearly some high-end arcane equipment at his fingertips. Yes, that seems about roughly the analogous dates. Unless perhaps we could be missing a few years, if not decades. If he was completely inactive, then the recording of time could have gotten lost. So, seeing as we've not seen any daylight in any of these flashed through thoughts, it is likely that when he arrived at the surface where you found him, he was already incapacitated, if it were.
Ketch is gonna step back for a moment. With everything that's happened today, he's beginning to get somewhat overwhelmed.
Still doesn't answer my question, though. There's no definitive answer as to how far back he was made, but based on the design, it looks like, obviously, a lot of patchwork. This is clearly some dwarven craftsmanship in fixing, a bit of deep gnome tinkering with arcane runes. He seems to be a patchwork of to be kept together from some original form, but something about him seems distinctly Jiskin in nature. Sorry, I keep asking this. Where exactly did you find him?
I had mentioned it previously. He was to the east of the Mwangi Expanse. Towards the outskirts, not too far from a clearing.
This is where he's going to make a roll. God damn. Of course I'm rolling high this session.
Don't you always
Well-
roll high, though?
No, last session I didn't fucking roll shit. I couldn't roll above a 3.
Yeah, I'm very happy this isn't a combat session.
I've been rolling like 17s and nothing else.
You've been rolling really well. I've been rolling awful.
This is... Well, since I can't put a finger exactly on when he was made, based on where you found him, leaves a strong inclination that he may originate from the experiments I've heard coming out of far, far south in the depths of southern Gerend. But he seems like he was incomplete in his construction. The fact that your soul is linked to his, and he has a partial spirit of his own, there have been so many rumors of Jiskin designs showing up. Like I had mentioned, southern Gerend. There have been those at the northern tip of Osirian, even my homeland of Thuvia. There have been sightings of from the far west of corrupted constructs. If only I could have made a trip to Tian before I got tied down with all this work. There was rumors that one of the last Shori cities was seen decades ago, floating above sections of the Tian continent. God, what I'd give to see the Shori constructs and the Thuvian automatons in their full magnificence. How's about this? I will offer funding for your expeditions, and should you ever come across more information, you will promise me that you will come back and share your knowledge with me.
That is a promise that I can make.
Very good.
Would you...
And he's going to go into his desk, and from a different drawer than the one he put the coins in before, he's going to pull a separate drawer out, which he's going to open up a box, and he's going to pull out a bag of coin and put it on the table, and open it up. And he's going to look through, and he's like, should be about right. That's about an expedition's worth of funds. Yeah. 115 platinum should be about right.
Oh,
Platinum?
platinum. Oh.
I don't trust the taking this man's money.
Not after
Sir.
that. I don't blame you.
I appreciate your offer.
Oh, think nothing of it. I have adventurers come through every day looking for funding for expeditions to the far west, sea traveling. I have to have some thrown out. They come by every single day. But
These, by chance, wouldn't be happening to be some of the exploding variety, would it?
no. You can clearly tell if you look, and he's going to pull out one of the coins. Like, you see here, and he's going to grab another one of his coins. He's going to put them next to each other, and as far as you can tell, you can't see the difference. But he's going to be like, and if you look here in the engraving, right here, you can see this groove. See, we never could quite mask the discrepancies between these two coins, and he's going to talk about these tiny coin-sized constructs that he has he has procured over his time. You see, I don't really carry coin with me when I go out. I don't tell anyone, but generally I don't need to make purchases from people, as most people know that should I need something, they will receive payment later on or get a better deal.
You wouldn't happen to have any kind of means of ranged communication with...
He's going to stop and think, actually,
So that's like
he's going to pull out, it's 1,000 gold.
Is a single platinum.
It's 1,000 gold. That's 1,000 gold. 1,150 gold, actually, because he gave you 115 platinum.
Jesus Christ.
This guy, if you couldn't tell, that money is fucking nothing to him.
This dude is a baller. Holy shit.
This point, I will inform you, this guy is one of the scion lords of Absalom, as in one of the ruling noble families in the city. And he is the head of the family. He is Lord Yamthar of House Ormuz.
What the hell did we get ourselves into?
I don't
I
fucking
don't know. What did you get yourself into?
Holy shit.
Here we go. He's going to produce a couple of sheets of paper that seem to have some inscription and already made out to what says House Ormuz on it. And here you go. Simply inscribe a message onto these sheets, and I should receive them within 24 hours. You were staying in Otari, were you not?
That is where we are majorly residing. We have other business out there. For the
Sure,
time being, we
I
will...
would like either of you to make a perception check.
Okay.
These are not great. 11 plus 5.
God damn, dude.
Cool. This wasn't a hard DC. Raisami, you remember, neither of you mentioned that you were staying in Otari.
Mm.
Oh.
That's not
What are you guys getting yourselves
concerning.
into?
Well, yes, we are staying in Otari. We have
Um,
business. with-
You're gonna
Sorry,
see. You're gonna see.
I
You're
don't mean to. I don't mean to butt in. We didn't mention being an Otari.
We didn't, did we?
I have good ears. You're going to see. He's going to look at you. He's going to look at you, and he's going to wink.
Man, I try and start a riot, get away scot-free with nothing. You guys just talk to some guy and you're like, oh god, what did we get into?
Now, it just so happened to be that Kite, very specifically, has something interesting that is very much this guy's whole fucking passion. So, you just so happened to go to the place where, look, all of these things were connected, and I just connected dots, right? Like, so...
I just find it really funny.
So, and yes, this guy does actually just give out money to adventurers that agree to do things for him.
Awesome.
So,
Just as long as the Avengers can walk away to do those things, I'm fine with it.
no, they seem to be fine to go. Now, if you tell me anything, I would love to know. And should you ever fall, if you wouldn't mind, leave me in your will. I would love to get to know more about your friend here. And at that, is there anything else I can help you with?
I do have one further thing. I think this might not be in your purview. But I have some questions regarding the first world.
The Fate Realm. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
I've had a few exchanges of trade to and from. Quite expensive exchanges, might I add.
You've been there.
I've not been myself, no, but I have had business exchanges with individuals making transactions between.
So you know how to get there.
I know of some places that you can. It's a bit of a open secret, as it were, of the most well-known places are quite testy places to come and go from, but are the most reliable. I've not had any luck with any expeditions to find any other permanent gateways, but why?
I am so glad that I met you. I have a childhood friend who I'm currently searching for. They seem to be obsessed with the first world, and that's kind of my first guess on where to look for them.
A fairy heading back to the first world. Definitely not an uncommon story. Your time on the material plane does wear on your folk. How long ago did they leave the first world in the first place?
I think it's been maybe a year and a half at this point.
How did you get to the material plane in the first place?
Well, my people have been here for many generations. The only connection that I and my people have to the first world is just passed down through stories to this.
He's going to stop. How old are you?
Not too old, about 30 or so.
You're gonna see. If you could see a record scratch, you're going to. His face is gonna be like, the fuck? You. He's going to walk over to the door and he's going to listen. He's going to tap on a carving of a face on the next to the side, and you're going to hear. You could hear muffled voices from past the door before, as that corridor led out into an open door hall, like a separate room that had hardwood floors, and people were talking and lively conversation. One of his salons, if you know what a salon is,
Mhm.
the medieval term for a salon, and you're gonna hear that sound vanish.
Does that bring anything to attention?
You're going to see he's going to gather his thoughts. While not my area of expertise, I have had many long conversations with many, many, many specialists in their fields. A fairy sprite on the material plane does not live the same length of time they do in the Fey realm. Being 30 and looking the age of a young man is, to those of knowledge, very odd. You're saying that you're trying to find a gateway to the Fey
Indeed.
realm. I feel you may have inadvertently gotten farther away from what you seek than you've ever been in your life.
What do you mean by this?
Tell me, how is are your have you ever seen one of your family members grow old and wither?
Well, yes, I have.
How old were they? Do you recall?
I think the village chief. They are of probably around 50 or 60 at this point. At least from what I can tell.
Did they
haven't
die at
actually
50 and
said-
60, or like of old age is what he's asking?
Yes, the village chief is. They're like older.
How old would you estimate?
Human years probably, and they're like.
In terms of
60s.
like years of time that have passed.
I honestly don't know. They're old. Sorry.
How old did they say they were?
I don't think that conversation has ever been had between the two of them. It was just that they were the aging village chief, probably one of the oldest people there.
Okay. What I'm getting at
Mhm.
is how old for in your village do fairies live to?
I would imagine maybe 70, 80 years.
Without a strong presence of Fey energy on the material plane, your kind very much are known to lose many of their magical properties, including their ability to fly, as well as some of their inherent magics. They also wither and die, usually in their 40s. To live twice the age of the normal lifespan of a fairy on the material plane means that your home is somehow suffused with a quite potent amount of ambient Fey energies. Now, if you were unaware of this, and no one. Now, did anyone in the village seem to be keeping secrets?
Mm, there were talks amongst the elders, but most of our stories were passed down through just verbal communication.
Was there anywhere you couldn't go?
There was the village chief's house, but nobody likes having their personal domicile entered.
Well, I would recommend that if you return home and are intending on inquiring about potential things kept unseen, to be careful and not spread the word around. There are forces that would like to have a monopoly on Fey gateways, and places of great power are... knowledge of them is traded in coin and blood. Now, if you wish to find some other way to get to the first world, two good places to first check. It really depends on if you are seeking to endure horrors on the material or the Fey plane, as both paths carry great challenge.
Mm-hmm. By challenge, what do you mean?
Well, there is the... Are you familiar with the enigmatic figure known as Baba Yaga?
Baba Yaga.
Yes.
The boogeyman.
No. The Ice Queen. Her empire to the north, or small nation rather, ruled by a caste of magically suffused royalty, has a city wholly populated by the Fae that is said to possess a gateway, a permanent gateway to the First World. However, they are not welcoming to outsiders and have very unscrupulous traditions, and it is very frequent for people to simply go and never return. Your other option would be to seek passage through the Seven Arches in the domain of the Oak Wardens. Those gates seem to have been deteriorated over time. Expect to meet many hardships, as I am not sure exactly where on the First World they lead, but wherever it is are horrifying monstrosities from what I have heard. And if you do wish to go that way, make sure you do not bring an elf with you, as the Oak Wardens will very much see to it that you do not make passage, should you bring an elf in your midst. As far as other possibilities of getting to the First World, you can always attempt to seek out places of great Fey energies and simply wander through the Veil, but that is unreliable and could, you could spend many months, weeks, if not years of your life trying to find a gateway that way. He's going to tap the head again, and the sound is going to come back, and he's going like, well, I think that was good business made for all. I should be attending to my own festivities. as I have been absent for several hours, and I'm sure there are going to be many mages and alchemists ready to talk of a great many topic. Now, you can feel free to find your ways back out the original way, or I can call one of the butlers to guide you out. Feel free to come back if you need further assistance or to inquire about any more information. You are welcome to come to any of my salons.
I am appreciative of all the information that's given me. Meeting you has been a great pleasure.
And a pleasure to you as well. He will reach out a finger to shake your hand, and then reach out another hand to Raisami to shake your hand.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I shake his hand. Yeah.
All right. Well, I will let you then be on your way. And he's going to open the door, and he's going to head towards the door to the left leading into the large chamber, and you're going to hear the voices pick up, and you're going to say, Lord Yamthar, your ear, please. And he's like, yes, I am coming, and lead off that way. You are free to go, as it were.
Hey, Urasami.
I like to think that we walk out, we step outside the gate to his abode, and we just stare at each, then we just look at each other, just
What the fuck was that?
what just happened?
Also, side note, where the fuck are we?
I don't know.
How do we get back home? I have so many questions.
Oh god. I took a sip of water at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I have agua in my nostrils.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
We've got to tell the others. Holy shit.
Yes.
By fucking Jesus. They're like, oh man. Now, how do you get back? How do you get back to your place of where you're staying?
First and foremost, I'm gonna put all of that fucking gold in Tito's backpack and make him vanish.
Cool. Let me did anyone add the it's platinum, by the way, so you have to
That.
let me grab the peepo. You could potentially exchange a good portion of it at a choice of Aberder, or some bank of some kind. Where the fuck is the peepo's loot? And by peepo's loot, I mean the party. Ooh. There they are.
I'm going to attempt to go up to one of like the uppity guards that are around this area and be like, "Hey, is there any public transport or something like that?"
They're just gonna raise an eyebrow like, what?
Do you happen to have any cards for rent or any ways that we can go about getting around the city in a timely manner?
They're just gonna look at each other and shrug.
Fair enough.
Gotcha. Can you at least point us in the direction towards wherever the hell we're trying to go?
I can't remember the district that we were staying in.
Everybody else
Let's
is
be honest.
at the fucking tavern was like, man, I wonder where Kite and Raisami are.
Y'all are just having a snatch.
Just imagine Kite and Raisami
Speaking of
walking up to some
tavern, I still
random
need
guy
to
like, help us, we're
roll,
lost.
I still need to roll the fortitude to not get drunk. There.
You are fine.
Hey,
We're hanging out with a sober ward.
Indeed. Wargs at best got a buzz, but that's about it. Sad. Well, there are a couple of other places. If you were to look around, you do see in the distance. It's at the top right already. You can see a large Tien-inspired complex. With from up on the hill you're on, you can see well-tended gardens, and there's a couple of people coming and going there.
Correct
You
me
are
if I'm
still
wrong.
assuming standing near the guards, right?
Did
Yeah.
Tien have to do with your backstory or something?
Yeah, I come from Tianxia.
Okay.
I will click on the map where it is. It's like right here. This is where that place is.
Hmm.
So, not too far. They're kind of neighbors. There's a collection of expensive-looking buildings. Some seem to have people coming and going. Others seem to be gated as though they're private estates. So some of them seem to be like, as much as Palace Ormuz has people coming and going and but the gates open and close for each party that comes and goes. There are some that have gates that are open. Some have guards standing out front that are checking like papers. Other ones are like just walled up. Just looks like a palace, really. So you don't know where you're going, apparently. So
Not in the slightest.
what do you do?
That's a good question.
Let's just bounce between guards and be like, hey, what direction? All right, we get there. Hey, what direction? All right.
Are you asking like how to get where? Like, because the problem is right now, I don't think either of you know where the fuck you need to be.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I just don't remember the name of the district we're from. What we stayed in.
And I would say because neither of you are characters that are from this city, that makes sense that you would have forgotten because you've only been here for a day.
Yeah.
Can I make a recall knowledge check to know what tavern we stayed in? Or
You can.
what should I roll?
Um,
Don't exactly have a memory check.
is it history? I think.
Got a will save.
If it's society, well, I'm fucking dead.
I'm
A
just
will save to
quickly.
fight off your dementia.
I'm just gonna quickly check. Where's proficiencies? Just gonna make sure. There is a. Is there history? I don't think there's history. That's just society.
Is that history? Yeah, it's society.
Yeah, that's society. Survival.
Yeah.
You know, I'm fine with that.
I could also roll
That's
survival.
20! All right.
This is
Oh,
where
wow,
we need
okay.
this is where we need the higher roll.
There's the 19 from
Oh my
Right,
god,
Sami.
I hate this.
You remember staying in the Ivy district. Does the rest of the party want to inform them of where they're staying actually?
I can't. I don't know why I can't remember the first part of the name. I know it's something Griffin.
It's Gutless Griffin.
Gutless Griffin. That's it.
Yeah,
I don't know
you're
why I can't remember Gutless for some reason.
So you bounce from
Alliterative.
you bounce from guard patrol to guard patrol, like, yo, where the fuck are we going?
Guzzard.
As pretty much each time they point you west every single time, and eventually one points you like a southwest as you get to the west side of town, and we will bring ourselves back to the Irvy district. Woo! It is starting to get dark by the time you get there, as the rest of your cadre has actually only been eating for 10 minutes or so. They had gotten back only about 30 minutes before you guys, as they had spent the entire day at the theater while you guys were carousing the town.
So we're all up in our residence, right?
Unless you stop by anywhere on your way back.
No,
I'm
likely not.
no. We got a bunch of gold in our pocket. We don't want to stick around.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, how much money?
Kite, without saying a single word, is going to have a pouch that is roughly the size of him, and like he's struggling to float, and like
I
slam
can
it down the
hold
table.
it.
Yeah, but I like the idea of that.
What you got there, buddy?
Uh, uh, honestly, I don't even know. Money? We seem to have a benefactor.
Oh,
Uh, anybody want to help me count? And Kite will just take.
accounting.
Kite's just gonna take a couple of the platinum and put it on the table in front of everybody. It's all platinum.
It's all what?
It's all platinum. All of it.
Who do you know?
Don't know.
We don't know him.
How did you walking off with bring up lead to you bringing back a coin purse full of platinum?
Oh, I'm going
We
with
don't
them
know.
next time.
Dog, roll me a society check.
We met a man, and he has made us rich.
Takes me a second to find the buttons on my actual character sheet.
Oh,
Oh my god.
everybody's rolling high today, huh?
Dog? You very quickly piece together. Wait, Tito. A lot of coin. You look through some of the coins and you notice something in particular that keys you off instantly. You'll see quite a few coins of Avistani, mostly Absalonian mint, but you're gonna see mixed in about a third of the coins are Thuvian, and only one house would have that much Thuvian coin minted of platinum. It is House Ormuz.
His name was a Jaskin or something along those lines.
Oh my god.
Dog, you correct him, knowing that name is Lord Yamthar, the head of House Ormuz, the Scion Lord of Thuvia. Or from Thuvia.
Yes, that one.
How did you even what? Where did you run into him?
We had gone to some kind of cogworks building, and
Dog, no
gone
recall
to a
knowledge
meeting.
necessary. That's the church. That's the Gallery of Innovation and the coins. The coins is getting closer and closer. Like, the coins is of the districts they've been to today, the closest one to where you've lived. So,
Yeah.
that's just like, yes.
We went to a god damn it, what's the word for it? Not a show. We went to a speech, and he seems to have been in the audience. I fell asleep through it, so I didn't really catch all too much of what was actually in the speech. But afterwards, I showed him Tito, and he got a massive interest in him. And it all just kind of snowballed from there.
Seems like you had quite the day.
One could say that.
Was quite the day had.
Really puts what Raisami did to shame. What Reloana. What Reloana did to shame.
Relo
What
saw
did you guys
me.
get up to?
Yeah, man, all I did was try and get fight with the police.
You tried to fight the police.
I mean,
Kinda.
I tried breaking up them trying to shut down a street performance. Nothing really happened, and now I kind of feel disappointed. I'm gonna go with you guys next time.
Very cool.
So, does anybody want to buy anything? I think we're good on money for at least a little while.
I mean, yeah, I'd like to enchant my armor, I guess.
Well, you have a when you do return back to the town, you will have a blacksmith at your disposal that makes equipment and gear. So, should you like to commission stuff from him or just the other blacksmiths in town, that's up to you. Now, what do you do with the night that you have available to you?
I also would like to mention the reason for the payment. It wasn't just that he gave it to us out of the kindness of. He is expecting us to go on an expedition out to Rasami's home country in search of an Ashuri city that was last seen floating above it. Or something along those
It's
lines.
Shorry.
Ashuri, gotcha.
No A, just Shorry.
Shuri.
Yeah. Specifically,
Shuri.
so Shorry and it's the shore. It's a city made in the Shorry Empire, and what you're looking for is Jiskin. Specifically, if you find the city, information on Jiskin constructs.
I meant to ask, would I know anything about a floating city?
Yeah, give me a society check.
I'm just like I feel like I would have heard about a floating city.
Or if you have a lore skill relevant to Tianxia.
Mountains.
Mountain. Nope. I got mountain. Mountain, do it.
Fuck you, Dice. I was almost at 18.
Fucking. Maybe rumors. It sounds like something out of a fairy tale.
It does really do. But I mean, it sounds something straight out of a fairy tale. But after what I just experienced today, I don't. There's a chance it sure as hell could be true.
The main thing with an expedition to Tianxia is that Tianxia is bigger than Avistan and Garund. So the inner sea region is small, like the continents that this all is taking place in that we're currently at is smaller than Tianxia. And Tianxia is the other side of the planet. And has distinctly different cultures, a large area to search for something like that, so we shall see.
It also seems that he has given us papers for direct line of communication with him.
You asked for that specifically, so he offered them. Someone note that down or add an item to your party inventory.
Right.
What's it called? It's a missive fulu. Missive missive space fulu fulu. You have I think 4 of them. So that is a thing that exists. I didn't make it up. All right.
What a day.
What a day.
Indeed, the day. What about it? Now, you have eaten dinner. Do you do anything else, or are you just like, I'm beat, go to sleep?
Yeah,
I
sleep.
mean, yeah.
For the night, yeah.
Also feels like a
fair.
good place to end the session.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this can work. Next session, if I never got around to doing the thing with Raisami, but we can do that for the first half of next session, and then, or first third or so of next session, and then the rest of the session, y'all will be back in the little fun town of fucking backwater village compared to this shit.
To return to Otari, much richer than we were before.
Much richer.
Much. But
What did
that wealth probably is not going to take us very far, actually.
You say that.
It'll
but
take us
we were
a
sitting
while.
at 200. That's like what? Fucking. That puts us at 1,700 gold or something, right? Or was it only 1,200?
So
Watching
it's
the coins and wealth.
Add
stats
another
show
zero
when
on
it
the
was
end.
added. It was
That's
pretty
how
fun.
much gold.
what do you say, gamer?
I said,
For plat.
oh,
Who was
exactly.
No, I was talking about what Bat was saying.
I was saying watching the coins and wealth stat and the chuckle fucks tab jump up was really fun.
Number go up.
Sorry you didn't get to do a whole lot today, Kiever.
That's okay. I mean, for the most part, everyone else's stuff was ended up being more pressing because Ralph was important, and then we ran into something that seemed like a more of an immediate thing that needed to happen, and then it just kind of led into one thing after another. That's fine. We're gonna be here. We'll be here tomorrow as well. So
Yeah, the next like your thing will probably take like a day or two of stuff. So it'll be mostly everyone else will just be being tourists, I think, from this point out. So
yeah.
your thing will have a little bit of a RP bit for your character, and then that'll be like the first third of the session, then head back to Absalom, and then you'll have a whole bunch of new goodies potentially of your upgraded equipment from with all of your monies and your new friend talking to him. If anyone wants to know his whole shtick, his whole story. As far as you know right now, he just got ice lung.
I might have gotten distracted, but did you guys even mention getting jumped while you were gone?
Nope.
Oh, no, we didn't.
No.
They are just fucking like it's like starstruck. They're like,
Yeah,
what the
I fully get that.
now just
So
imagine
It's like it's like you go to like a small, like very oddly specific convention and you run into like somebody who's really
you
into
just run
it,
into
but they turn out to
Keanu
be like,
Reeves.
yeah, you just run into Keanu Reeves. And it's just like, here, come back to my house.
Let's play with
And
bionicles.
you
Like
don't even know it
Talk
for
for several hours,
Exactly. It's
don't
like,
give
what
me
the
money.
fuck?
Let's go back to my house. I give you $1,500.
so that is a guy. He's interesting. He's a character, and I made sure that was not out of character for him at all. So that yeah, you got to meet one of the big power players in Absalom. So
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, we certainly don't need to worry about like pinching pennies
Cash
anymore.
for at least a little while.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was just looking at it like, all right, you guys don't really come across much money in the place, so he also would have given you money, and also would have been like, hey, here's a down payment on you doing me a favor, you know. So it's a thing he does. I checked. He does do these things. So yeah. Paizo,
No, I think you're
don't sue me
legally
for
required to put
misrepresenting
them in your will.
What do you say about your?
Also, I think you're now legally required to put them in your will, or at least morally. I don't know.
So, what do y'all think of the splash screens? They okay?
Very good.
Yeah, they're good. I like them.
If we
Very
were,
much a slideshow.
Sections of the city.
you're welcome. Slideshow time. Big
It's
slideshow
been fun.
hours.
I'm disappointed there weren't any funny transitions.
I don't have transitions for Foundry. I
Oh,
don't
that's
have the
fine.
patience to set up Monk's active tiles. Fuck that shit. Yes, that is a module that allows you to
That's
do
a
a
real thing.
yeah. Monk's active tiles is a module that someone made that is fucking. You can have like interactable, like the players can click on it and it brings up like a journal pop up. Like you can make like an interactive map, and I'm like, I don't have the time or crayons for this. So I just did it this way. I was able to, if you guys ever went off script, I could have just dragged and dropped some art. If everyone just was like, all right, let's go see like the most decrepit part of town. It's like, cool, guess we're going to the Precipice District. Gonna die, better start prepping a fight. So, should you have broken out into a fight, I could have rolled combat for those guys, but Raisami was noticeable enough to be like, yo, this guy's doing something. Hopefully that didn't feel like the bartender paladin that's level 20 secretly shows up the party. Now that's just,
He's
No,
just
that was
a
a
guy.
really cool moment.
I very much wanted it to feel like the ever progressing step of oh shit and oh shit and oh shit and oh shit as you get closer and closer to just going with this
Shit.
guy. So
I think we could have possibly made it out of there with the, but that situation was really cool.
they were like 10 level 5 creatures.
Oh god. Eh,
That's fine.
maybe if we book it really hard.
I should mention, so that guy, he's a level 10 character.
Hmm.
That
Awesome.
Lord Yamthar. So, to be clear, he is nowhere near the highest level person in this town.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
He is a schmuck in terms of personal power. And personal power in terms of, like, if a fight broke out, you know?
Yeah.
This place is kind of terrifying.
It's the center of power in the Inner Sea region. It should be. The dog would very much know the world of power politics they stick away from, as they don't want to get shot or disappeared by taking sides with certain noble groups. But you guys have not meddled in the affairs of nobles, so... Now, would we, if we ever did do a long-form game in Absalom, I would actually make the district splash screens for each of the districts. But I just did these 3 because I thought they were the one you were likely going to go to.
Yeah.
If you guys went to the Wise Quarter, I could have... I have this actually set up, so this is one of the things I like. I have it set up so that the border is actually a foreground. So if I wanted to, I could... Let me see. Where's another district? So if you guys went to somewhere that's like, we're going here, I guess. Hold on, I have to... Tiles. I can just go bop, and then bop. You know what I'm saying? Be like, all right, fuckers, y'all going to Westgate. You know what I'm saying? Very good. I like these tools. Glad I found them. All right. Other than Raisami stuff, does anyone else have anything they want to do next session?
No.
Not really.
Anyone want to go and like have a bar fight in a temple to the beer god?
The beer.
Is that a
god.
thing you can do?
I kid, but I was referring to Caden Kalian. He does have a temple. Dog, you would know about this. You've actually
Mhm.
been sent to the precipice, not the precipice. You see on the coins. I will pull you all to this one so you can see it. So in the coins district, you'll see on the grayed out section of the map, you'll see this big circle here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the Starstone Cathedral, right? That is, around that, the districts around that are the largest churches to all of, like, the biggest denominations of religions in the area. One of which, and many, there are many temples to the risen gods, so the ascended gods, the ones that are humans that pass the test of the Starstone. So there's a giant temple to Ayamade. There is a shaded temple to Norgorber, and there is a temple reconstructed in the visage of a tavern that has burned down and been rebuilt 5 separate times. The temple to Caden Kalian, the drunk god, the guy who became a god on a bet.
Wow.
Wow.
And the dog would very much know about this, as they had to come and deal with fights and investigations on the previously mentioned fires, where the place burned the fuck down because of mistakes of inebriated guests. So it is simultaneously a tavern as well as a holy site. To be clear, the tavern is a facsimile or recreation of the tavern that Caden Kalian was in when he took on the bet to take the test of the Starstone.
Wow.
very fun. So, yeah, Doggo would already know that lore. Especially
I know all the things.
you would know these because you live there, and also you're a Shuni, so your whole thing is like, yo, Eridan's cool. You know, the place surrounding his temple, which is the Stone Cathedral. So, you want to know a fun fact? It is said that people that attempt to take the test of the Starstone have to find their own way to the island in the middle of the giant pit, so they can't take any of the bridges. So they have to find some way of getting themselves across the canyon. There are many a fun story to be told of attempts, successes, and many, many failures.
Man sticks himself in a cannon and watches.
No cap. That's literally one. That's cannons, trebuchets, fly spells, flying carpets.
I feel like flying carpets would just be the go-to.
That doesn't always work. You wouldn't, surprisingly. Many a weird thing can happen. So, any prospective god that wishes to take the test of the Starstone has to find their own way across the canyon. So, fun lore of that shit. That's hilarious.
All right, we're playing Divinity. Let's all become gods.
Let us all become deities. I would totally love to do a campaign where the entire campaign. By the way, a bit of a known fact. The underneath the cathedral, to get to the stars, to the test of the Starstone, to actually get to it, it's actually a labyrinth. It is a dungeon. That is a mapped dungeon you can do. By the way, I'm pretty sure it's mapped in first edition, but yes. So, funsies. Maybe one day. Anyways, who had fun? Anyone?
Yeah.
No, never.
Yeah.
was a good
Good.
time.
Hope
was
it wasn't
fun.
too boring with it just being a back and forth talking session. Not every session has to be, yo, fight? Yo, fight? We gonna fight? You know what
I mean, the
Yeah,
big
we
problem
gotta
is that
get
I
it
didn't
out.
do anything, and that's by my own.
You
problem.
coulda! God, imagine all
Yeah,
the
I know.
cutaways to Warg just having, like, dragging a defenseless creature down a sewer corridor, like, point me in the direction where he came from. You know where these pointy sticks is from? Oh, he's dead. I'll go find
Maybe-
another
maybe
one.
As they're wandering around the city, Warg is just thinking really hard about it. Like, God, I should have stayed down there and killed some sewer animals.
Yeah.
Cool.
I am very tired, so I didn't bring my A game. But I had fun.
Good. It was mostly just sightseeing, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some food.
Man's gonna go
Yeah, I'm gonna
ERP.
They also
I'm
got
gonna take a
bounce.
nap and go get some food afterwards.
Karma,
Yeah.
do you all play Guilty Gear later?
Yeah, you know what? Here, I'll tell you this right now. I'll start installing it before I forget.
Okay. You don't have to install it because we could just like screen share.
I know, but it sucks when we do that.
That's fair. That's fair.
And if I install it now, then
I-
if we do,
There's a reason why I want to screen share it, and I want to show it to you.
Okay.
You have to be really quick at this.
Wings.
Yeah, yes.
Did you have fun?
I did.
I just remembered why you.
God fucking damn it.
Hold on. There's more.
Of course there is.
I'm just gonna sit
I
here
saw
for
the
a
fucking
moment.
Undertale loading screen and I was like, oh.
Gonna wait for
Us
the
here.
opening movie to play.
Oh my god.
They're playing Tank, really?
Fucking god. Are you kidding me?
I fucking love it. It's so good.
God. This is.
Oh my god. That is beautiful.
Amogus.
Good mod.
It's I it's so good. I added a bunch of mods.
Goes so hard.
That running cycle to the trumpet bit. Any whomst. Die, stream.